No, you don't need
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the According to podcast, episode 3. Today, Mason is going to explain our topic.
Okay, so our topic is more of a question. It is, does everything happen for a reason? So, to go ahead and kick it off, we'll start off with the idea of karma.
I'm gonna start off with asking if we believe everything happens for a reason.
That is one of the topics, so we can start with that.
I feel like that would be a better
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start off, I personally do believe in a degree of karma. I feel like actions lead to reactions. Obviously, Newton's law, has to be true.
Which
It
is?
true. One of them. I think it's the second.
Which is
Every action has a reaction.
okay.
Okay.
So I believe in that, at least that part, but that also goes into like different sub beliefs of that and whatever terms you want to use that.
Subcategories.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Similarly to Mason, I do believe everything happens for a reason. And yeah, aka karma. But I don't feel like people should live their lives and let it dictate them. Because like if you try to live your life perfect, you're gonna mess up somewhere, and then you're gonna be so scared of the consequences that it would just constantly have you living in a life of fear. It's kind of like how we touched on in an earlier episode. Like if people try to focus on living such a good life for whatever religion they respect, it's gonna end up with them messing up then them not knowing how to cope whenever they do mess up, if that makes sense.
Okay. So I guess it's on to me now. I believe things happen for a reason, but like in a degree of karma. Like I don't like believe like fully in karma, but like just a little bit. So like when it comes down to like you doing something and something happens back, it shouldn't like be the end of the world. Kind of like what Gavin said. It's just it happens and you just got to move on. Everything's going to happen for a reason, and it's kind of like a railroad track. You ride it, there's some bumps on the road, or bumps on the track, should I say. There's bumps on the track, and then you'll get to your destination at the end. So I don't think that it should be pressured as much as people do, if that makes sense to you guys.
Yeah.
Also, Mason's back. Welcome back. Weren't here last episode, so glad to have him back.
Yeah.
Mason, did you have something else you wanted to dive into before I started yapping?
No, not really. Feel free.
While we're talking about karma, let's also talk about fate. Do y'all believe in fate? Because I feel like to believe in karma, you have to believe in fate.
So for our viewers, please describe your definition of fate.
I just saw something like bolt across there.
Okay.
Anyways, Mason starts off because I can't really think of it right now. I think everyone knows what fate is.
Okay.
There is. I don't. Go ahead.
So, at least the way I see it, fate would be like almost like a timeline that is like set to happen no matter what you do.
Everything is set to happen no matter.
So kind of like my example of the train track.
I don't remember.
This example I don't know.
I don't know, but the way I would see fate is like as more of you can't change anything in a way, but like even if you do try to change something, it was already meant to happen that way, and you were meant to try and change something, so it didn't even matter.
What? You got like
So-
re-explain it.
Yeah.
Because I got lost.
So we'll say that the natural ending to a certain event is that like, okay, so we'll say I'm about to buy a TV.
The
Or something
TV,
like that.
you drop the TV and it breaks.
I drop the TV and it breaks. And I'm thinking, maybe I'm not supposed to buy a TV, so I just don't buy a TV. Maybe that's how it's supposed to end in the first place, so you didn't change anything.
My definition of fate is similar to Mason. Like, there's a certain timeline, and no matter what you do, you can't change the ending outcome. But I'm gonna give a different example or like a different question. Do y'all ever have those moments where it's like you do something and then something bad happens, but then you're like, ooh, maybe if I didn't do this earlier in the day, like this would have never happened, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a human. If you don't believe that, you aren't quite like.
Well,
you got something different.
I think it depends on the error though.
Like,
because if it's like human error,
let me give a better example, right?
Yeah.
So like sometimes I don't even watch sports like that, but like let's say my favorite team's playing, and then like that day I decide to watch them, and then that day they lose. I'm like, oh, maybe if I never watched them today, they would have won.
So
like
kind of like superstitious.
Yeah, I guess that would be more of a better word.
Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks, by the way.
Okay. Anyways, back to your what's your definition of fate, if you have one?
I would just say it's kind of like both of your definitions like combined. Like you guys summed it up like perfectly.
So do you believe in it?
No, I don't. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. Like if it is true, then that just makes everything seem like nothing matters. So to me, I don't want to think that way. So I don't.
Dylan?
I'm kind of 50-50 on this one because I do believe, like, back to my explanation, if it's like human error, if you did something and then it's like a chain effect, then I do believe in that. But if it's like something like you explained, you turn on the television, your team is losing, then you're like, oh, if I sit in this position, maybe they're gonna score a couple buckets or catch a couple touchdowns or whatever. It's that part I don't believe in because it's up to them. It's up to the players. If they play good, if they don't play good, and it's up to the problem. But human error, if it has that chain effect, that's what I believe in.
Got you. Anyways, let's get into the topics.
Okay. So, as kind of a way to segue into our topic, or one of them, what is y'all's like view of God's plan? Like, what do you think when you think of God's plan?
Drake.
I'm
just kidding. So what I think about God's plan is before we're born, God chose what we do in our life, what we look like, what we do. Yes.
Never mind. Finish what you're saying.
Alright. What we look like, what happens to us, who we are, what like our attributes are, and then how we're gonna die and stuff like that. Like we have it drawn in his papers. And we live that life. Like we have our free will and all that stuff that he gave us. But he also knows in advance what's gonna happen to us. So we get our 50-50 of free will and him knowing what's going to happen to us in the long run.
Okay. I need a yes or no, right? Do you agree with him?
No.
Okay. What's the difference between that and fate?
Which part are you talking about?
Everything you summed up is the literal definition of fate, just from a religious viewpoint. Just to make sure I'm not going crazy.
Yeah. Like
the definition of fate is the development of events beyond a person's control, regarded as determined by a supernatural power. The supernatural power in this instant would be God. So what do you, since you just said
I said 50-50.
But that would make you 100.
No, because
yes, it would.
No, because you brought when we were talking about fate, you brought in like superstitions and stuff like that, and I said I don't agree in that. I said I agreed in the fate part.
But now this is honestly my mistake. Now we're separating superstitions from fate. So take superstitions out of the question.
Yes.
Do you believe in fate?
Yeah.
Okay. That was all.
Calling me out on the spot.
Anyways, God's plan for us. I'm gonna take what Dylan said and piece it up a little bit, not completely take everything he said.
He doesn't like my wording, guys.
What I believe God's quote unquote plan for us is, sure, he already knows, or suppose we're taught that he already knows what we're going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So of course he knows the outcome, but his quote unquote plan for us would of course be, okay, I know you're going to do this, but how are you going to learn from that? And so the whole plan is seeing how we learn from it, seeing how we grow from it. I don't think it's specifically, oh, you're set on this set track and you can't veer off of it. Like, this is what I have for you to do. I think
I like
that it's, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I hope you do.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're all tempted by, and the devil in this case.
Yeah.
And we're, of course, going to listen to him sometimes, and God knows that.
Mm-hmm.
But that isn't going to change his plan for us in any way. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to set it back a little, I believe. But I believe depending on how we learn from it depends on everything else.
But if he predicted that we were going to do it, wasn't that in his plan all along?
Again, it's a setback for us on earth. Not a setback in his plan, but a setback for us on earth. Because, of course, if we listen to the devil, hypothetically, it's going to take a toll on us in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, we lose our relationship with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a setback.
Yeah.
So the plan is learn from your setbacks. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, so I pretty much entirely agree with Gavin's explanation of it. If I had to add anything, it would be that I believe that, so going back to the question, I believe that everything happens for a reason in this specific case of God's plan, because God sees what you can take and how it would benefit others. Like, maybe you get one less slice of bread at lunch, but someone who needs it, because when they go home they don't get as much food for dinner as you do. God sees that and he try and puts that piece of bread on someone else's plate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And just different stuff like that. Like he sees and like adapts to like how things are going on.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. What's our next topic?
All right.
No? Gavin wants to finish us off.
Never mind. All right, good.
He's about to disagree for whatever reason. But anyways, so would y'all rather do control of karma or karma as a force of nature first?
I have control over my karma.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
Right, well, I'm not asking.
No, I'm saying that's what we're going to start off with. Yeah.
So, for a little bit of background, the main like concept that I'm going over here is Jainism, which is the religion of India, and they believe in the control of karma. And as an example, cruel and selfish actions would lead to heavy karma, while willful suffering leads to lightening of the soul. Any immediate thoughts on that?
Yes, just let me get my facts straight before I sound stupid. Alright, I'm gonna take that because it reminded me of Buddhism, and I think we're all familiar with Buddhism. Buddhism defines karma as intention.
Yeah.
So, because Do you think Buddhism agrees or disagrees with that? Because it's saying it's intention. You're intentionally doing something, knowing, okay, I'm gonna have to pay for this later.
I think Buddhism goes more into the karma as a force of nature. Because with that, you can influence it, but that's more of a.
I mean, it correlates, but I think it's just one of the sub things.
I think it wouldn't entirely disagree, at least.
Yeah.
Or entirely agree.
Yeah, there would be some coincidences to it.
Okay. So, according to Buddhists, or Buddhism as a whole, there are 3 types of karma. Karma in the present life, karma in the afterlife, and then karma in successive births. I don't know what that one is.
Successive births?
Yeah. So,
I think because they believe in reincarnation.
you're
Yeah.
actually, but wouldn't that tie into afterlife?
No, because afterlife is when you get your judgment.
That would be after.
Like when you get your
living.
judgment, like you don't reincarnate anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Kind of like what he's saying. Like after you stop
You're
reincarnating.
actually so right. I forgot.
I think that's what that means. I might be wrong, and the viewers might have a different take, but that's not that we get a lot of viewers anyway.
Anyways, you're absolutely right. That completely washed my mind. Okay, so taking both, you said it was Jainism and Buddhism into account, which side do y'all lean towards more?
I like Jainism more. I think I would like to believe.
Do they
Actually,
believe in reincarnation also?
Probably. I think it's like for the most part they're all Indian faiths for what I believe at least.
Dylan, which one do you?
I mean, I know there's karma, and I know that it's out there. I don't believe in reincarnation.
They do believe in reincarnation.
They do? Okay. So I don't believe in reincarnation, but I believe in some form of karma in a way. But like I wouldn't respond to saying like I like agree with one over the other because I know they both hint in karma. But
which idea of karma do you more agree with?
probably the Buddhism. Because
I feel like you just.
they have different categories to their karma, and it's not just one karma.
I feel like you just contradicted yourself though.
No, but I said you keep on putting me on the spot. What I said was I don't believe in the reincarnation.
Yeah.
I believe there is some form of karma, and the way that Buddhism's religious beliefs said that they have one with their present life, correct? Present life, afterlife, and then
the next lives.
the next lives.
Okay.
I believe that they're right on the first two, but not in the reincarnation part. I didn't specify that before, but that's what I mean now.
Mason, what separates you from? You said you're more with Jainism. What separates you from?
I was about to go to that. So now that I think, like, I thought more about it while he was talking, and I like the idea of Jainism more. I feel like it would be more.
Does it like give you more comfort?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also feel like in reality it would be more of a Buddhism where you can't control everything.
Here's a question for you before you answer. Do Buddhisms believe in the Last Judgment? That there is a Last Judgment?
I don't think they believe in it in the way we do, like with Jesus Christ and all of that.
Yeah.
But I think they believe they will have a time when, of course, all their this goes into it, when all their karma catches up to them, then that'll determine where they go.
So, would you say like there's a number?
What?
Like a set number that we don't know, but
Like
What number?
3 strikes you're out type thing.
I don't want to say that because we don't have 3 strikes. But
There isn't Judgment Day in Buddhism.
So they just reincarnate.
I think, and so the way I believe it is your actions make you reincarnate as lesser things. So if you live a good life, you reincarnate as a cow because they worship cows.
Dude, I used to be
Not
so into
worship it.
Buddhism too. Like, I used to know everything. Consciousness continues after death, and some may be reborn.
Okay, so if you live a humble, respectful life, you'll become a human again?
Maybe.
The end goal is to escape suffering and attain nirvana, a condition beyond being or non-being.
I thought that was Hinduism.
It's Buddhism. But I'm pretty sure it's either a human or a cow because they believe that cows are previous people. But if you live a terrible life, you'll reincarnate as something like a snake or something like that.
Are you sure we're not correlating another religion with the cows? Because I don't think that was Buddhism that does the cows.
Yeah,
because it was the one in India that did it. Because that's why they don't. That's why they respect that. No.
Yes.
Buddhism is like number one in India.
I think so. Yeah.
It is.
I'm pretty sure.
No, because I know in India, like, they respect their cows as their ancestors, and like when they're on the roads, they have to stop for the cows.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was Buddhism. I might be wrong. Gavin's fact checking us right now.
Hinduism.
Yeah, Hinduism. Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
that's what I thought.
back to the
and they believe in nirvana.
What was our main point? What was?
Do we?
Look, we got so off topic. Cow people. Let me just say. Okay, this goes against Christian beliefs, but it's kind of something I think about to kind of give myself comfort in a way.
Mm-hmm.
There have been times when I want to believe that reincarnation is real, right? Because I know that I don't want this to be my only lifetime. Like, I can say, oh, I can't wait for it.
So you're saying that you're scared of the end?
No.
No?
No.
Are you saying like this isn't?
No, because like what I'm hearing off of this is like, I don't want it to end. I want another try and try again.
That's not being scared of it. That's just me wanting to play my cards different.
It could be both.
It's like
No, how are you going to tell me what I am?
No, but like the way you said it. The way you said it.
I said it how I said it. I said I'm more comfortable with the thought of reincarnation because of the thought that, okay, when this life ends, then because I know there's certain things that I could do better.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you guys. This might not be on topic. If you die and you were born in a different part of the world and your friends were still living, would you want to reunite with them?
Okay, are we saying?
Or would you want to start a new life?
Are we saying I have all my past memories?
Yes.
Then yeah.
But they wouldn't know you. They would see you as a stranger. But you would know them.
You could just say something.
So you know that
only they would know.
You know the ending of Spider-Man, right? When
Which Spider-Man?
The one.
The Far From Home, right?
Okay.
With the
Zendaya and all, yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know how at the end, Ned, right, was his best friend, and then his girlfriend,
MJ.
Yeah, MJ. They both forget about him, but he doesn't forget about them. Do you think that there's a point in time where that happens, and you want to try to fix that?
The reason he did that is because he didn't want to involve them in his little Spider-Man issues.
His little Spider-Man issues. But would you do that?
I'm not Spider-Man, but what do you mean in that specific context?
Yes, in that context, would you do the same?
I would probably do the same. I wouldn't want to do the same though. It'd be like,
when we say do the same, what are we talking about? Because I just got lost. At first you were saying, are you going to reconnect with your friends? And now you're saying, are you going to let them like?
That was the example. That was the example.
So what is the question? I'm lost now.
If you got reincarnated,
Okay.
and you had your memories from the past,
Okay.
and your friends were still living,
Okay.
would you want to create a new life, or would you want to reunite and live the rest of your past life as a new person?
Okay, Mason, finish your.
Well, that's a different question.
Yeah, I swear you changed the question like twice.
I don't know. I mean, if you really think about it, how am I gonna prove that I'm from America? If I'm in Ireland,
Bro, what?
if I'm like in Ireland, and I wake up as a baby one day, how am I gonna be like, hey, what's up? I'm
But
from America. How are you gonna get back over there? It would take too much time.
I agree with Mason. By the time, because we're assuming that I start off as a baby, by the time I grow up, my friends are all going to be older now, and it would be like a cool party trick, like, oh, I know everything about you, but they aren't going to take me serious. Like, imagine Bubba coming up to you and being like, hey, I'm so and so from 20 years ago. I know I don't look like him, but trust me, I know everything about you. And yeah, you aren't gonna.
I would give him a chance to prove himself, though. Wouldn't you?
No.
You wouldn't give him
No.
a chance. You would just
I would
if he shows up
entertain
to
that.
if he shows up to your door and then he does all this, you would just shut the door on him.
You said you'd entertain it, but does that mean you believe it?
Maybe it depends. It
Dog.
depends on like if
Alright.
it genuinely feels like if they give off the same vibe. Yeah.
Look, one day I'm gonna hire some random kid, tell him everything about him, everything about you that I know,
We'll do that.
and then I'm gonna have him come. You're like, oh my god, I remember you. And then you're gonna be so confused, like, who are you? And that's when you'll mess your life up right there. Trust.
But if he said
What do
he
you
was
mean by mess your life up?
Dog, you aren't gonna listen to some random kid who shows up on your doorstep. You'll get yourself into a world of trouble with the cops and with anyone else.
Yeah.
What?
If they proved to me that they were them, why wouldn't you listen to them? Like, if they showed up to you, here's a photo of me in the past with you.
How much does it
How would they get
cost
the
to
photo?
rent a child actor? Just so I can hire them, and then a couple years from now, I'm gonna let them come to you, and you're gonna realize this doesn't make any sense. No, they're not. Like, no. Anyways, like, what was even the main topic? Like, you got so much in a loophole.
Reincarnation. We went back. I don't
We
know.
got-
Buddhist.
Yeah, Buddhist.
And then
Jane
Hinduism.
Cow people.
Like, dog, I'm actually so lost. Okay, anyways.
Shout out to Spider-Man, by the way.
Why are we shouting things out? Dog, this is the second thing you're shouting out.
I think this is the third thing.
Jainism, control of karma. Cruel, selfish actions lead to heavy karma, while willingful suffering leads to lightening of the soul. I agree with that. Like, yeah, the worse you do, the worse your punishment's gonna be. Like, you know, I don't care if it's a light situation, like manipulating someone into thinking a certain thing, and you know that thing is bad, and you know you're doing it. Your karma's gonna come back to you. Or even if, okay, and then we have like a lighter situation, like, oh, you steal something from your sibling, they go tell it to your parents, and then,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
I don't know, we're about to go down the number. Continue.
Okay, so you know that predicament that you told me earlier about the riding the bull for 20 seconds, right?
Alright, let's do it.
Okay. Do you think that there would be consequences off of that?
Of course.
Broken ribs.
Yeah, like I could get injured, of course, but
Do you think that
I wouldn't call
do
that
you think-
karma.
Oh, okay. That was my question.
I feel like there's a very fine line between karma,
And just a dumb decision.
no, not even that, and just no, I can't say the consequences of your actions because that is karma. And like, okay, yeah, dumb decision.
Yeah.
Like, if I go out there and ride a bull, and then come out with a broken rib, broken leg,
You can't say like, oh, that's
I can't say it's karma because I did,
you made that decision.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay,
Well, also,
then again,
if
you
you
can say it's karma.
if you murdered somebody, and then
we were
somebody.
just talking about
and then-
bull riding.
Yes, no. I know, but this is adding on to like your dumb decision isn't karma. But if you murder somebody and then they go around and murder you.
That's karma.
How is a dead person gonna kill
Yeah,
you?
he didn't phrase that right, but
No. Okay, so here's another example.
Wait, let me just put it like this.
Uh-huh.
Karma is such a flexible word and a flexible
You
example.
can use it as that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But
So
you don't have to.
back to how I was saying with the little bull riding, and
Right.
I at the end I said, okay, that could be karma. I say that because to do bull riding, you have to do all this stuff to the animal. You have to tie up its testicles and shock it to get it like bucking, right? So if I come out there with some broken ribs, of course maybe
If you
it's
tie up the
It
testicles.
is the consequences
You got,
of
like-
your actions,
you-
which can also be considered
karma. Okay. Yeah, you have to do a whole lot of stuff.
Why does that have anything to do with that?
It makes it
What do you-
bad.
If someone tied up you down there, you would start bucking too, wouldn't you?
I would scream rape. Not gonna lie.
You would start bucking.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought like tasing would be enough.
No.
No, because then it's like
It-
you're
it's
mad for
like a
5
temporary.
seconds, and then
But like if and then like of course you're going.
yeah. That- Imagine, let's reverse the roles. Imagine a bull did that to you.
That's crazy.
You'd be running for your life.
Yeah. Trying to get the rope off of you.
Yeah.
So
And
kinda like
bulls
what they
are
do in
like big
Spain.
creatures, so they know they can just run into us and we're flat on the ground.
All right. Anyways, back to you. Whatever you were saying, if you remember.
I don't remember. That train was
You
going.
were talking about someone coming back and murdering you.
Oh, okay. So, say you are a child molester.
Bro!
That's
Went from murder to child molest.
It didn't
What?
even get worse. It didn't even get worse.
Hold on. And you go to prison, and your bunkmate or jailmate or whatever you call them, it like hears your story and then beats you up for it. Is that karma?
Yeah, but you're just stupid
Yeah.
for doing that.
Like, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Okay.
Let me. Examples of karma. Putting money into a church collection plate and coming home from that day's service to find some. What? What is that?
There's positive karma too.
Oh, yeah. I forgot there could be positive karma. Let me type in bad karma. We're focused on bad karma.
We don't need to. We can switch to.
No, but like when you say karma, people think of bad karma.
Most part,
Think of this. For every force, there's an equal or opposite force. Another Newton's law.
Y'all know which one that is?
I think that's the first one, right? Third.
yeah. Mm.
I took that class last year. Don't remember.
Same.
Alright, anyways, back to it. Alright, what's the next topic? Okay.
I need to explain it.
Oh,
The way I wrote it,
go ahead.
you would not comprehend it.
Mm-hmm.
So. I'm chilling. Anyways, so karma is a force of nature. So Hinduism believes more in the ability to influence but not control karma. So ways to influence that would be thoughts, words, our actions, and the actions of others. So
So the actions around the people you.
It's you?
no. Who is that? Who is
I
that?
don't know. Alright, anyways, that's what you're saying.
The
Wait,
action.
who is? Hold on. Is that from someone? Hold on. Open.
Well, you would know if you sent those texts or
Yeah.
not. We'll
No.
figure it out later.
I wouldn't use those emojis, no.
Well, sometimes we do it just to be like cringy. Anyway,
Oh.
anyways, as we were saying,
Yeah, anyways, so Hinduism seems to believe, at least to my knowledge, more in the ability, or not the ability, the fact that karma would be like something like, so say you plant, it's like good ground, it's good ground, and you plant a tree in there. The tree's gonna grow almost no matter what. However, if you put water on the tree, you put in fertilizer or whatever, you influence that tree to grow. However, you can also put pesticides on it or whatever, kill the tree. Or at least damage it. That's like
Damage-
how I would visualize
Damage its
it.
natural beauty.
okay, anyways. According to Hinduism, karma is the universal law of cause and effect, which holds a person responsible for his or her actions. According to one's good or bad actions, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name. Karma rewards or punishes. The word karma means human action or deed, which are constantly performing karmas, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally.
Yeah.
Dude, do y'all think even if it isn't physical, like actions, like physical bad actions, do you think even if we think a certain, dude, I said a certain,
Mike Tyson.
even if we think a certain thought
Mm-hmm.
that could be relatively bad, do you think?
That's what.
Well, if you think in a lustful manner, then
That's
that
what
can come
Hinduism
back and
believes.
haunt you.
That's what Hinduism believes.
Yeah,
So they
I
believe
know.
in-
I'm saying, like, do you believe that?
I mean, if you,
No.
I think it can influence your actions, which would influence.
Okay.
But I feel like besides that, there's nothing.
I think it can, because if you're thinking lustfully about somebody, thinking adulterous, thinking about hurting somebody in a harmful way, thinking about it, and kind of going on to what Mason says, it kind of tricks your mind. Oh, I actually want to do that. Oh, I actually want to do that. Then that is what makes you do bad decisions, which relate to consequences.
No.
Yes, yes,
No.
yes, yes.
I'm sorry. I have to highly disagree with you on that.
The way you worded it
You
just
took-
makes it exactly what I said, but different.
but
But,
way
like, not
down the
exactly.
wrong track.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start off with saying I don't believe in mental karma, right?
Yeah.
But I think the way they're trying to put it is not that it makes you, you think those thoughts multiple times and eventually you're going to do it. I think, okay, you think a bad thought, like, okay, I think I'm going to go out and kill someone. Then nature eventually is going to come back and show you, like, maybe let's not, because I just did this right now and that was enough of a reason for you not to kill someone, even without me acting out or like even entertaining it further, you know? I feel like once we think a thought and it's like a genuinely bad thought,
Mm-hmm.
something's going to come to us and give us the reason like why that wasn't right, you know?
But that can be a form of karma.
That is kind of like
That's
mental
kind of
karma in a way.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what we're talking about.
So you do.
You
believe-
say you disagreed.
I do disagree with it. I don't agree that it exists, but I'm giving you the example of what I think they're talking
It would
about.
be. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't specify. that.
Yes, I
you
can.
didn't. You didn't.
I don't remember.
Anyway. Dylan, you got anything?
Nope.
Mason?
I had something. Okay, so kind of like in a similar way to what we're saying, do you believe? Okay, oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so the concept of like that thought that keeps coming back, it's called self-fulfilling prophecy, and it like kind of like dictates that if you think something enough, it will be likely, at the very least, more likely to happen.
Manifestation.
Yeah. So like, the example I was given when I took psychology is that if a teacher tells you, "Hey, you're bad at this, you're terrible at this," and they keep saying that every day, you're going to believe that you're terrible at it, which reduces the ability to do it. And it's been proven that it does work, at least in those cases.
So kind of what I said earlier, in a way.
What?
What?
What'd you say earlier?
You don't remember when you guys were like, "Oh, I strongly disagree with that."
You were talking about those. I
Okay.
think those are two
Okay,
different
hear
things.
this out. Hear this out. Here's this example that I brought up earlier. I don't think you guys focused on this. If you think lustfully about somebody, do you think
You said it.
Do you think? No, I don't know, because you guys are like kind of like bringing like.
Okay, continue.
If you're thinking lustfully about somebody, do you think that eventually that pulls your feelings closer to that person so that you could do something with that person?
You were trying to tie that into mental karma.
No.
I completely agree with you that if those thoughts keep coming back, eventually you'll act on those thoughts. But I don't think that's what mental karma is. I think your example ties more to what Mason just said, and that's something totally different than mental karma.
Okay.
Anyways,
So
back to what you were saying.
I think it has a certain degree of influence, and like it definitely is a thing from what I understand of it, at least. It could be like used as a way of like influence and stuff like that.
I think that just has to do with willpower. Like,
I think, yeah, willpower would dictate how long it would take for that to take.
do you think eventually it's going to happen?
Not no matter what.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to play on the example Dylan gave. Back to your example. Do you think if I told you repetitively that you aren't good at something, do you think you yourself are going to start believing it?
No. Because I'd find a solution to solve it.
Well, it's not a math problem though. Life isn't a math problem.
I think you just gave a very egotistical answer. Because I think you're overestimating the human mind.
Yeah.
But if you think you're saying to yourself, or if somebody else is saying, you can't do it, it's like there's a wall.
Dylan, you chew too loud. I'm going to be honest, you chew too loud.
Mhm.
So next time you start chewing, you're going to chew quieter, right?
Yes. I'm going to try to fix it.
You proved my point! You proved my
That's
point!
not what you were saying. I said if someone said something bad about you, you're going to try to fix it.
instant. It was like, yeah, I'll just stop.
You're proving my point. You just said, okay. See, now I got confused. My point was that you're going to believe it if someone tells you. See, you're trying to chew quieter. But even if whatever someone tells you isn't like actually true, the human mind is going to take a negative comment and outweigh all the good things. So how I just told you you chew too loud, it was a negative comment. So now you're self-conscious.
Well, you need to find a balance.
No, what? What do you mean?
If someone says you do something negative and you have a positive thought in your mind, it will neutralize. Positive plus negative equals neutral.
But like I said, life isn't a math problem.
Dylan chews too loud. Dylan likes the ice. Dylan likes the ice. Dylan chews too loud. Dylan decides not to eat ice at all. It's still a negative outcome because I'm taking away his ice. I don't understand.
Dylan, what's 1 times -1? In the exact example you gave me, what is 1
Yeah,
times
okay.
-1?
1 is positive, -1 is negative. What does it come out to?
Negative.
Okay. That was all.
No, but I said it in an addition form, not in multiplication.
1 plus. Okay, never mind.
Equals 0. 0 is a neutral number.
Alright, now we'll take those two numbers.
Why are you
We'll add
making a
dog.
new number?
Now we'll add those.
Why
two.
are you taking a new
Dog.
number? You settle at 0.
Okay. You have 10 Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Mhm.
I take them all away. Now you have 0 Chick-fil-A sandwiches. Are you happy about that?
No, that's just called bullying.
Are you happy that you have no more sandwiches?
No.
Okay.
But
I'm saying that constant can still be a negative. The 0 can still be a negative influence, a negative thought.
I'm not saying it can't be, but you shouldn't settle for the negative. You should always settle for positive.
Well, that's a
You
good
shouldn't
philosophy, but that,
you shouldn't-
that isn't how life works, though. It doesn't always.
It
go.
can work that way. We just don't have the mindset
can work
to
that way.
transform that.
If I'm playing a golf course and I hit a thing, it could also be a hole in one. But I mean,
It could be, but you're not good enough, so you practice and practice and practice, and then soon you
You
will.
can't practice life really. You can with certain
Yes, you can.
things, with
You
certain
put
things.
yourself in predicaments and learn how to get your
You
way
can't
out of
predict
it.
the future though.
You don't. You put yourself in predicaments and you learn how to get out of it.
Wow. Put yourself in predicaments and learn how to get out of it. That's dog. As many predicaments as I've been in,
Mm-hmm.
and I still don't know how to find my way out of them. I'd sure love for you to teach me. Like, wow, you know, like.
Can you give an example? But
What do I do if I have someone I constantly argue with and we stop arguing, but then we keep on arguing again? But
okay, so
we
in
both
that,
benefit each other, just sometimes we argue. So what's the end goal?
find a neutral spot.
Dog, I'm about to lose my mind.
That's
I'm about to lose my mind.
That's not it.
The neutral spot would be blocking each other, right?
To like never talk.
No,
The neutral spot would be to never talk.
that's not true.
What is it?
It is finding.
Wait. Before you
Don't say
answer that,
finding
before you
a
answer that, what is the positive in that situation?
That you guys are at least having a conversation.
Okay, I was hoping you say that we benefit each other in some way, but I'll take that
But,
too.
but that also.
What's the negative?
The negative is that you're arguing.
So what's the neutral spot to you?
Find something that you don't argue about.
It'll naturally lead to arguments. That's just how it goes.
It's not even that you're trying to force an argument. Arguments come naturally. So once again, I ask, where would be the neutral spot? Because
Find something you agree on.
You can't
he's
stay
like
on
dodging the
one
question.
topic forever.
You're like dodging the question on purpose.
I'm not dodging it. I'm just saying if you're arguing, let's say you're
Or
arguing.
said, if you're arguing, don't argue.
Basically, if you're poor, just get rich.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not what I'm saying.
Find ways to get rich. That's what we're saying.
Those little YouTube videos,
Yeah.
top 5 ways to get rich.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
And guess what? Those never work either. So I don't know where this is going.
All right, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is if you constantly argue about just
Everything.
how
Or
everything,
Something.
but in the past you agreed on something, bring those thoughts back and try to remind them, and then they will think less
This is
of how
gaslighting.
bad you are.
That's gaslighting.
I'm not gaslighting.
It's quite frank. I'm not saying you're gaslighting. I'm saying you're saying to gaslight them.
I'm
That's
not.
exactly what you're saying. Too.
No, because gaslighting is negative. I'm not saying do it negatively. I'm saying do it.
That's like saying kill someone, but don't do anything negative.
I
because
who
negative
said
things
kill
are bad.
somebody?
I'm
If you're
increasing
having
the
an
volume.
argument and
Okay, let's put it like this, because we all have siblings, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, scratch that. Let's do it relationships. Mason, I'm more focused on you. You just listen. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just trying to set it out so Dylan can understand. We have a relationship going on. Not me and you, but we have our own respective relationships. We argue with our significant other all the time, but there are some good things that came out of it. Do you understand the situation?
Yeah. For the most part.
What's the neutral spot? We cause so much bad to each other, but at the same time we cause so much good to each other. Where would be the neutral spot?
Finding the good and climbing out of the negative.
Look, how do you do that? What is the good? Not what is the good? Don't
Okay,
say
give
that,
me
'cause
an
we know the
example.
good. We know the
What
good.
is the good? What is the good?
I just said we
Is that you
benefit
benefit
each
each
other a lot,
Okay.
but at the
negative
same time
is the
we
argument.
take away from each other a lot.
What is the good that? How do you benefit off of him? How do you
I'm just
benefit?
saying off of him. It's not off of him.
You said off
We-
of him.
No.
I said we're in separate, but okay. Anyways, hypothetically,
How do you benefit off your significant other? Do you play golf? Do you like?
bro is not cooking anything. I'm saying we make each other's lives better. We make each other happier. We make each other. We're happy to be around each other. It's fun to be around each other.
Okay.
At the same time, we make each other cry. We argue all the time.
Yeah.
Eventually, all the good is also all the bad. All the good has an inverse. So, what do? What do?
You try to.
I swear he's gonna try to find a neutral point, bro. I swear.
You're gonna punch me. You're gonna
Yeah.
pull like a German green
Both
chill
of
at
us
the
are anti-Asian too.
You're just gonna side punch me. If there's a point where you find your happiness and you know that it's possible to happen again, you try to bring back those moments to get you out of those negatives.
Stop. Mason,
Oh my god.
what's the neutral point?
I would say it's stop talking. Because, like, at that
Thank you.
point, it's.
I just needed to know, like, I'm not the
It's-
one crazy.
It's not though. It's not though.
Then what is?
The neutral point isn't just blocking them and shutting them out of your life. That's not the neutral point. That makes things worse because then you're gonna think about them and then you're gonna be back in that spot that you were before. Am I wrong about that?
Yes. Actually, 100%.
I'm not wrong.
No, I 100% say yes.
I'm not wrong.
I've had multiple relationships where we don't get along, and now we just don't talk anymore, and I haven't talked to them since.
But you still think about them, obviously, if you bring
Well, it's
them up.
better than
if you
arguing.
bring them up.
It's better than arguing with them.
Anything's better than arguing with people.
Dog, new topic. I can't. I actually can't. What's the topic? I can't. You're saying it's better to argue with someone than it is to think about them.
No.
I swear that's what you just
You
said.
just said that.
I swear that's
No,
what
no,
you
no.
just said.
You said anything is better than arguing.
So
Yes,
that-
but not blocking them. Blocking them, you're just in the same predicament that you
So
were
if I
before.
don't block
How is it
them,
the
I'm
same
just
thing?
gonna keep arguing with them.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
What? But why though? What do you have to argue about? What do you have to argue about? Like you argue constantly
Everything.
about something. Just like constantly.
No.
Let's please not argue this time around. You think that would work?
Yes. Try it. Try it. Try it.
Don't
Try it.
I'm not. It was just
I
an
know,
example.
but.
But like,
But
I guess
do you still think about that person?
no, not. Okay, let me change.
Not
that.
in the
That
same
was
way that
wrong.
you did before.
Yes,
Okay.
but now whenever I think about said person,
Mm-hmm.
it's only the happy parts. Like, no matter when I think about her, it's nothing negative unless I see something on my phone. That is
That's
the
your
neutral
neutral.
point.
That
Not
is your
talking
neutral.
to them.
No.
Yes.
No.
Thank you.
No.
You just
no,
proved my point.
No. Finding the happy part is
You
the
just
neutral.
asked me.
That is the happy part.
No, but
You
not
ju-
the not
wait,
talking.
wait,
Not the not talking.
wait. Correct me
You
if
are-
I'm wrong. You asked if you just asked if I still think about her, right?
Yes.
And I said yes, but now when I do, it's never about the bad, right?
Yes. But
Do
the
me
good.
and her still talk?
Well, I don't know. I don't know your
You
predicament.
do know the answer. Tell me the answer, Dylan. Tell me the answer.
Yeah,
Tell me that you know the answer, Dylan.
I'm guessing no.
Okay.
I'm guessing
That's
no.
all.
But if you think about the good parts, you still have a kind and caring heart.
Yeah, no, Dylan, you're wrong. I cannot make myself agree with your point.
Hey, please leave a comment if you think I'm right and they're wrong, or if they're right and then I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
Thank you. If you make it this far in the episode. You should try it out though.
No,
and see
I'm
how
not
it
going.
works.
I'm not going to talk to her because I know as soon as I talk to her,
In any
it's going-
universe, that would never work.
I can give you plain examples. Me and her have gone back to talking multiple times. It starts off good. We always find something to argue about. This is where we are fine.
Why do you have to argue? What?
He just
You
asked
can't
why.
make yourself not
It's
argue.
not like we're trying to argue. We just see things differently, and because
Yeah.
we see things differently,
That's life. That's life. Mason sees stuff different than you. Do you guys argue 24/7?
They're-
No.
We actually
You
don't
see
stuff
some-
different.
we don't.
pretty
We're
similar.
basically the same people.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not.
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
I
It's-
see stuff that's different than you. Do you argue with me 24/7?
We don't
What are we
talk
doing right now?
24/7. The thing
Oh,
is,
okay.
there gets to a point where it's just too much. That's what I'm saying. It just gets too much, and you just gotta go.
But you don't have to go. You could still stay and find those spots.
You're giving like that kind of like
He's about to
therapist
punch me.
advice. Like,
He's about to
how's your
punch
life
me.
doing? Make it do better. Like they're like, it's not.
I didn't plan on talking to her for the rest of my life, but now you're actually.
No, don't do it.
No, it's not her. It's. Do I have to delete her number too?
Anyways.
Okay, while he's doing that,
No, my phone's on 3%. I'm not gonna waste my battery on her.
here, you want to switch?
Just throw my phone over there. Anyways, yeah, it just gets to a point where it's honestly like too much, and I guess no offense, Dylan hasn't really lived it out yet that much. Perfect example.
Oh shoot.
You and said person. I'm not gonna say said person's name, but you know who I'm talking about.
No, there's a ton of said persons. Who? Oh, okay.
You and her.
Mhm.
There's some good, some bad, right?
Okay. Yes.
Whenever the bad overtakes the good, where is the neutral point?
Talking to my friends.
And who do you not talk to when you're in that stage?
Her.
Mm.
But after I calm down, you reach
But
back
then
to
it's
that
a cycle.
person.
But then it goes in a cycle, doesn't it?
Yes.
So where would be the permanent neutral point?
I mean, I would.
No, there is no. I mean, where would be the permanent neutral point?
But do you see that I didn't cut her out?
And how's that going?
Huh?
How's that going? Is it in the cycle?
Not as of right now, no.
Are you talking to her right now?
Yes. So, if my neutral spot is my friends, I'm not cutting her out, but
You
it's
just
neutral.
said when you talk to your friends, you don't talk to her.
But that's not cutting her out permanently, like you said, blocking her and stuff like that.
So
But-
when y'all become good again, how long again until y'all fight? Be
been,
honest.
It's been a minute,
How long is a minute?
probably about a couple months, like 2.
No,
months.
that you and me both know that's a lie.
No, I'm being so for real.
Okay.
No, well, actually, a couple weeks ago.
How many is a couple?
2 weeks ago.
That's all.
I forgot what.
That's all.
I forgot about that one.
That's all. Anyway, do we have any other topics?
We could circle back to like what our
Our
newfound
turning
beliefs
to like a
were. We're
relationship
definitely moving
podcast.
away from this, but we could circle back to like what our
We need
like,
to change our title to like the argument. or
What
something.
is karma? ... Question
yeah,
mark.
like what our beliefs on karma is. If
To sum it up,
if you believe it's
karma definitely does exist, but there is no way really. Karma definitely does exist. Like you can't escape it either, because we're all human and we're all gonna make mistakes. And I believe the point of karma is to learn from your mistakes. Really, that's my take on it.
Would you say that's the meaning of life?
What? That's not what the topic is. The meaning of life wouldn't be karma. That'd be like saying your life is dependent on the bad.
Yeah. No, that's basically what it is saying.
On the consequences of your actions.
How much you think I could sell my Xbox for? It's like an Xbox One.
Xbox One?
Yeah.
Do you have games on it? Like digital or?
It's digital. It's fairly new too. It's like
100?
probably 4 years old.
100?
200 or 300.
300.
Two or three?
Probably. I saw an Xbox 360 going for 300.
Is it sold?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Anyways, back to main. Dylan, ending.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Kevin.
I agree.
Okay.
Let Mason close it out.
Okay.
Alright guys, that was the episode. That's what our beliefs on karma is. Let us know in the comments if you agree.
It sounded like those child YouTubers. Let us know in the comments. Alright.
And please like and subscribe.
Watch it still be going.
How long was that episode?
Oh shoot, it is going. Yeah.